Greetings, people of the sky, and welcome to a Monday stream. It's PvE League time. Welcome to stream for the PvE League Season number 3, Challenge number 2. I hope you're ready for some nice replays here. Let me know if something with the volume is too high or too low, music or my voice. I think the music is a bit too loud. Give me a second. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So, as per usual, you can have a good seat here. We have 5 replays to watch. We have a break in the middle. We have 3 quizzes. I think you know how these streams are working out. Before we kick things off, I want to tell you what the PvE League is. It's a bi-weekly challenge with 3 challenges in total. We are currently at challenge number 2, so there's 1 to go. You can still join. There are different levels of difficulty. Currently we have the Rookie League and the Master League. And there are prizes for the top players and for everyone who is participating. So even if you're not getting the first place, you still get something out of it. So if you are interested, you can still join for the last challenge. Just check out PvE League. Here is the link. Okay. Now everyone is here and everyone knows how the challenge works. Let's kick things off with the Rookie League challenge number 1. We are playing on Passage to Darkness. As you know, Passage to Darkness is a 12-player map. So there is 2 kinds of this map. The one where you need a team. That is the first run we are looking here. It's the difficulty on advanced as a team. And there is a modified version where you can play it solo. And that will be seen later. We are starting with a team challenge. There are 3 things they have to do. Kill at least 2 bandit walkers and a bandit ship in top right camp. That's these circled units here. And do not kill any of the aspects before destroying all shrines of the beast. And don't use flying units. Abilities okay, that means you can summon birds with a Banzai Lord, for example. The time to decide the winner is the objective number 1. So the first team who kills the bandit walker and the ship will get the winning. So as I said, we have here 5 replays to watch. So let's jump over into Battleforge and let's see the first runner. And if I see this correctly, we also have someone here in the voice chat. Say hello.
That's correct. Hello everybody.
Awesome. So let me know if I have to adjust something with the volume. And yeah. I think you can see my screen, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so for stream, maybe you don't know the name. That is Pierakor. So we are having here the run of Pierakor, Bonobobobo, and SWATDuck. We have here the view of Bonobobobo, but you all made the same strategy. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is mostly correct. We tried a lot of different runs and a lot of different strategies, and our friend pierakor is basically the one who came up with the strategy with a frost start. And obviously we took a book out of the solo challenge, which is featured later on, by going to the right side and clearing the first camp before the first units can spawn from the camp. So over here we can see the Master Archer and the Frost Witches going to destroy the turret without pulling the camp. Well, except he used the Frost Witches. I didn't know that. Like, usually we would destroy the turret and then kill, like, the units and then claim basically an energy well. And we figured out the 2 energy wells to the even more right side, to the tier 3, if you're having that starting position. Pierakor and Bonobobobo basically started on the bottom right. I started on the bottom left.
Ah, okay.
So we had different starting positions, but our strategy was the same, which is try to get as many energy wells as possible as soon as possible.
Yeah. So chat, I haven't introduced you. That is SWATDuck here in the voice chat.
Yes, I've been here last week too, like last challenge too.
So in the meantime, you're also getting attacks at the orb. That's probably the same for the bottom left position, right?
That is also correct, though depending on like this map has RNG to it, and this is something that we realized. For example, the camp in the bottom right, like all the way in the bottom right, can spawn like a rider camp with like birds. Then they can either go to the north, which is what we want, or they can go to your like tier 3 orb and attack it, which we don't want.
Ooh, yeah.
And this was very prominent in my perspective, which isn't featured here, which is like totally fine. Since I started in the bottom left, I only had 2 energy wells, and I didn't want to spend energy protecting it.
Yeah.
So I would like try to get the RNG to the point where I could just claim the energy wells and just leave them be. Because if that camp is not attacking there, the 2 energy wells you can just claim and leave them alone. Here we can see them like building turrets and like claiming the orb, obviously, because it's their tier 3.
Yeah. So you go here for your tier 3.
Yeah, basically, like over there, that's basically my tier 3 and tier 4, because when I started on the bottom left, you have like 2, you have like 2 monuments there.
And here's the wave you mentioned with the horses and double bird.
And with this specific start on like Frost, you have like a lot of anti-air. Like I was like starting with like fire and like nomads, and every time I had like birds, I was like, well, how do I deal with them? And we went through a lot of iteration of like different decks and different like strategies, and this is actually, very specifically speaking, the Stone Hurler. We're playing both affinities.
Oh yeah, you're right.
One to knock back the medium horses, and one that deals 100% bonus damage versus humanoids, which we don't have to tell you, bandits are humanoids.
Yeah.
So both my teammates played both affinities, and I specifically played only one affinity. I only played the bonus damage one. Because I said like, well, if like units are getting CC'd and like knocked away, then obviously they're not dealing enough damage to clear them fast enough, which has its like advantages and disadvantages. And as people can already see, we played a Stonekin variant, which is something that a lot of people like questioned about, because Stonekin is like usually very slow, right? The idea, usually.
People say this, yes.
but if you like play it in a certain strategy, it's actually quite fast. And our problem was not reaching the top right camp and like defeating the units necessary, but doing it fast. And we came to the conclusion of like, we don't have to build a big army if we can literally just have like a small, basically invincible army that can just march in and ignore everything except the objective. And
that makes sense.
What better card than the Grinder?
Makes sense. He's a tanky unit. He heals himself and his team units around.
And he's also an elemental, which means we're looking a lot about like which cards to play, because we played like a lot of like support for those grinders specifically, and we figured out like a card that nobody had, which was called Earthen Gift. Like none of us owned that card, but when we saw that card, like I pulled it from a booster and I was like, wait a second, that's perfect. Because especially in the green affinity, what it does for everybody who don't know is like the grinder will deal more damage and they restore health over time.
Yeah, that's an interesting part. I just saw this in our PvE, I think 1 week ago, and was thinking, what is this effect over the unit? And I had to look it up, and I'm very curious that people are now using that. And yeah, every card has its niche, and in this scenario, of course.
Yeah, it's perfect. As you can see, we're going out of our way to destroy spawn buildings. So we have to build up an army, and while we are building up the grinder army, we just go about the map and destroy like spawners so we can save more energy to like not defend, which is pretty good, right? Because the more energy you have over, the more grinders and like the more spells you can use. We aimed for, I think, 4 or 5 grinders. And our friend here that we have the point of view on didn't even have enough charges, so we had to do like some card shuffling as well.
So you don't do double affinities? You only go for one affinity?
So I played double affinity, and Pierakor also played both affinities, but he only had one, and we only had extra charges for like the purple affinity. And as we can see here, basically we can just ignore everything. They take damage. Also, if you want to pause real quick to like explain stuff. While we are fighting here, in the top left you can see we have wheels going on with defense and regeneration. We have Mo going on with more defense. We have, like, obviously the memory shrine for Void Return, which I basically said we don't need because Void Return is not that important right now. And we obviously have, like, the healing fountain. I think he cut out the healing fountain. Some of us left them in. And so the idea was basically we did a lot of testing. We were also thinking about, like, live stream and whatnot. And we basically figured out, like, Earthen Gift with, like, we played Revenge. We had, like, more defense, Reflect, like, we basically had, like, a damage reduction of, like, 80% on our grinders at one point. And then they just heal. And if the healing is not enough, you just drop a regrowth. Also, you can see right now there is a noxious cloud in the camp. And the whole reason for that is one noxious cloud is almost enough to kill, like, a walker. It's like a 300 or 400 HP off. But the more important part is that it kills the dragons that paralyze our grinders. Yeah. And so the idea is obviously, like, destroy the two, like, walkers in the front, and then try to get rid of, like, as much CC as possible by, like, oinking them, freezing them, stoning them, like, stuff like that. And then go for, like, the ship to destroy it as fast as possible. And for me, personally, I had an emergency button. This is, by the way, very unlucky, because he got, like, the aspect of the beast, which is only one on a map. At least we only had one every time. And one aspect of a beast is enough to basically perma CC 2 grinders.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of damage was, like, lost, and we lost, like, a lot of time here. This is, by the way, the time. It's like 1736, 1735. Yes. And our emergency button was a tunnel exit with, like, the burrow spell. So we could literally just, like, yoink all of our grinders out of the top right, like that, and they're gone.
Where's the tunnel? Where's the tunnel?
Bottom right. Either bottom right or top left.
Oh, here. Yeah, so you don't lose them.
That's right, and then we use them to basically clear the bottom right and like top left, like all the shrines, and then we like cleared the rest of the map with it. And this is like the part where we could like breathe, because we had like
no
a
time
50-minute time. Well, technically the 50-minute time limit. But yeah, same strategy. We could literally just ignore everything, like even the aspects. If it's not an aspect of the beast, we could just ignore it. We would destroy like all the spawn buildings, and then basically we would be like, yeah, let's just like teleport away, and now they're like in the top left because we built a new tunnel exit there.
Yeah, that's
to like
smart
just
move,
make it faster.
because the map is so huge, so you just waste time in running around, and with the tunnel, you zip over the wall, over the map.
So the first iteration of my deck, I was like thinking about like, well, if I'm playing like Bloodhorn and like Bonsai Lords with like Nether Warp and stuff, I could literally just teleport like over long distances too. But it turns out without like the massive like damage reduction that the grinders have, it was like really hard. Like we basically said like 4 to 5 units is enough to clear the entire map. And what's better than saving, like, we have 1,000 energy left over at this point. And now it's just like spawning random units while like waiting and like defending. I think he put like a gem eye in each of the camp, like in the middle, in the bottom right, and in the top left, just for like defensive purposes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because after a while, like bandit snipers spawn and they would outrange your turrets.
Yes.
In my point of view, I used bandit artilleries at this point. And since he was like done, obviously we had to like wait for like the go ahead, like, oh, we destroyed like all the shrines, because the objective was like do not kill any aspects before destroying all shrines of the beast.
Yes.
But then again, we just said like, just to make sure, we don't kill any aspects before we didn't destroy all of the shrines, like every single shrine. Yeah, because we also didn't know which ones were like the beast, so we just said like, we clear all.
Yeah, that was something I noted down here to ask, which one are the beasts, if you know that, or okay, you go for safety first, just everything.
And obviously, it's way easier this way because since we're clearing the top right so fast, we never run into the problem of like, oh, we have to deal with like all the aspects. And even if like 3 or 4 aspects are like there, it's like, well, we can just ignore them because grinders, right? They heal.
Yeah, like at this point that you always running around, you haven't used a single heal in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
And they're all full.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have like Earthing Gift up.
Yeah, it's kind of a heal, yeah.
It's actually a better heal than Regrowth.
For grinder, yeah.
Yeah, for elementals. And they also deal 50% more damage, which is the more important part here.
Yeah,
obviously,
because grinder don't have
grinder.
a good counter, so yeah.
The problem with like grinders is like the moment they get like separated, it's really bad. Like you need to have them like together.
Yeah, for the healing, of course.
Yeah. And a lot of the bandits, like, you know, the dragons and like whatnot. Also, shout out to the ignored gold chest there.
I was thinking to say something, but don't want to interrupt you.
That's fine. And yeah, basically, we figured out like so many things about this map. Since we had like the point of view of like Bonobobobo, the shrine, the first shrine that he destroyed it so fast that we thought we failed the challenge, because on my screen at the very end only 9 aspects were alive.
Oh.
The 10th one never spawned because he destroyed the shrine before the aspect was spawned on my map.
Interesting. Okay.
It was very interesting, and we checked the replay I think like 5 times, like made sure like I streamed it in like the call to make sure it was like valid, and we basically like checked it over and over, and yeah, it was valid. I checked in with Ducky I think before, and I got the go ahead.
Nice,
and that's basically the map.
And I think you all did the kill of the aspects quite equally. Was someone waiting here for Bonobo?
I think I was like waiting. I'm not sure if it was like this replay or another replay, but at the end I had like 10 grinders just standing in the middle, just like
Okay.
dancing around.
Okay. So GG.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, it's classic on the 12-player map. You have to wait for all maps to finish. So yeah, but very nice run here. So yes, that is the first run we have. The second run is now the Rookie Solo Challenge, which is a bit different. So you are playing also on Passage to Darkness, but on Expert difficulty. And from position 2, this is now fixed, the position. And the rules. You have to use at least 6 mixed colors, like Stone King, Twilight, Lost Souls. You have to use one kind of Void Return, like Shrines or First Flash. And destroy the right spawners before a unit appears. So this is what SWATDuck already told us about the bottom right part of the map. We will start with the first replay. Let me switch over. Give me a oh, sorry, and of course, the rules. What is the how to define the winner? The winner is the one with the most mixed colors in the deck. So let's jump into the replay. We are starting now position 2. Position 2 is the top right position. And again, we see a frost start. Maybe before we start into the replay, you have to know the map is way different. So the camp here looks like the same, but we have now 2 towers. And other camps are totally different. Like here we have the Wind Hunter. Here are a flying Lost Dragon and artillery. So this version of the map is totally something different like we saw before. I would say it's a lot more difficult. Keep in mind, before we saw on Advanced, here we are on Export, but even the Export version is not as hard as this version. So let's see how Damakra did the run. We see a lot of Frost Mages here to approach the first camp. And yeah, going full ham on the spawner. The challenge is to destroy that thing here before the units appear and then falling back again. In the meantime, we have another Frost Mage here for the defending. Not doing anything here at this camp at the moment. At this point, focusing on the defense at the tier 1 spot. As we saw before, there are coming some waves here, and when I say some waves, I mean quite a lot. It's stacking up one by one here with the birds, archers, and the melee units, but at the moment all small units. In the meantime, second try here on getting the tier 2 position with the mages. Short time of breathing here. Tower goes down. And power wells taken as fast as possible. Meantime, attack again from the wave. Also congratulations to the person who got the promo Ravenheart. More attacks, and now with tier 2 we see 1 unit of healing, and of course it is a double color. So we have here the first one, and Ducky already confirms that there are 18 cards with mixed colors. One is the Frost Mage, which is not mixed. Wait, let's wait and if we can see which is the second one, which is not mixed colors. At this point, the first M units appear here. That's the horses, the Lancer. And look at these waves here. That's a lot of units. Good thing the Frost Mages with the knockback and the healing of now 2 units. We have the Razor Shard and the Flying Disco Ball, the Crystal Fiend. In the meantime, also defending at this position. And also we see a tower we have seen before, the Stone Hurler, with a knockback against the M units plus the flying units. It's very helpful here. Falling back with the units, but very nice hold here with just some tier 1 Frost Mages. The units from before joining the fun here. Now only 2 towers for defending tier 2. We see also now the build of towers for the tier 1 position. These units are just holding position there, it looks like, and on the way to the tier 3. More Frost Mages and more Razor Shards. Now it's getting interesting. We have here the Wind Hunter, and at this point a wave is joining the fun. There are now 6 birds in the air. Okay, waiting for the wave. Meantime, getting also an attack in the home base, but the tower doing a phenomenal job. And now getting, thank you for the follow. And now getting the wave out of the camp, or like the units, not the wave. And we now see another Stonekin unit. It's the Aggressor. Aggressor doing pushback against L units, which the Wind Hunter is. So buying enough time so the not that strong Frost Mages can kill him over time. And then finishing off the rest of the units. I'm also a big fan that we only see one aggressor and not mass spamming that unit. And yeah, the push, the knockback against everything like M, S and L units. And that is very helpful. Push knockback for the towers here and here coming in handy. And now getting ready for tier 3. Instant tier 3, not the power well. Okay. It's so interesting. If you check it out, we have now 0 energy from the Void. So he is not using a single spell in a long time. Only 21 energy left in the Void. Stonekin is such a good unit to keep stuff alive, like we saw before. And now Furniture Flash, that means the Void return. So we have now the 3rd color in the mix. We have Shadow. Double tower for defending. More Void return. And yes, of course, you're right. This is the second not mixed colored card. So Frost Mage and the Furniture Flash. In the meantime, we see a tag for the middle. We see the Frost Affinity of the Rage Flame. So it's freezing time if they attack long enough. Like so. That is a lot of blue flames. Yeah, and the units are healing up with the Crystal Fiend in the second line. Not taking the power wells, looks like. Yeah, not taking the power well. Going for the right position here for tier 4. Ooh, that's a lot of damage, but yeah, that was a fast kill. With 6 of these units, yeah, 4 towers. Yeah, without the stone shell, that probably would have looked bad. Also, these units are quite expensive with 130 energy. He had 6 at some point, so that's over like 900 energy. Around 900 energy, so if he's now getting his tier 4, which is a fire orb, so we have a rainbow deck here, he probably will unbound them and get something else, like XL. Or let's see if he is continuing with this combination of units. It looks like taking these power wells. Ah, they are here for defending. That makes sense. Some more units to kill. Something here to defend. Not sure. Oh, we have artillery here. Ooh. That's a nice one. If you don't want to fight against 3 XL units, just use towers. We see the big CC tower from Twilight. Yeah, that looks like a strong combination. Okay, let's see here. Okay, same unit tower combination here and here as well. So now also taking the 2 power wells and going in with the units for the middle cap. Let's speed things a bit up. Losing the units, but switching them now to Gem Eyes. Both affinities are played. We have the CC one and the one with the more damage. Yeah, with the siege attack range, the artillery is in range, of course, but still very comfortable from the second line here, killing stuff. You have to be careful. This dragon can disable range attacks, so splitting the units a bit and then going for the kill on the dragon. Dragon down, and now onto the middle cap. That one is down, and now we see something new, which is the Lost Spirit ship. The nice thing about the Lost Spirit ship, you see the yellow bar. So he is using the ability of the Lost Spirit ship. He is using the green affinity, which can do a healing crystal. So we will see that later. In the meantime, just doing more defending here. And some buildings. Cleaning up the map. There are a lot of XL units here, but with 4 of the Gem Eyes, they are never in range. On to the next one. You already see here, like, there's a walker, as well as the turtle, as well as the aspect, as well as 2 of these XL units. That's a lot of stuff here. Let's see how. Oh, there's next harbinger coming. Okay, focusing first on the turtle, falling back with the units, so they're in the stone shell there. Turtle goes down. Still 2 of the mortal aspects. Now also the dragon is in range, which is not good. He can disable the range attack. Focusing on the units. Here we see now the crystal used. The crystal is a very, very strong healing ability. Keep in mind we still have nature healings and we have the stone shell. Already 2 of the humanoids down. Only the beast is left and the walking cannon, and the next aspect is already here. So he just killed, I think, 5 aspects at this single spot. without losing a single unit. Of course, spamming the stone shell and the healing ability of the Lost Spirit ship, but very, very nice attack or defend, however you see it. That was quite a nice use of the Lost Spirit ship's ability. Keep in mind, I think his strategy was... Oh, hello, Bloodhorn. Strategy was to have the healing of the Lost Spirit ship, because the healing spells of nature are, of course, pure cards. And his goal was to have, yeah, not as much pure cards as possible, aiming for the maximum of, in his case, 18 dual color cards. Ooh, that is a Warrior's Death, correct? Yes, a Warrior's Death. Going in with his unit just to kill that, yes, that shrine. And now the Bloodhorn can die. Has done his job. In the meantime, the units are still out of range here, focusing on other stuff. In the meantime, we also have here a Harbinger, which is a dragon, and the Bloodhorn is doing the kill. So many Harbinger. That map is quite full of that, guys. That spawning rate is surprisingly high. In the meantime, killing more of the units with the Gemmi. The Bloodhorn. Okay, it's gone. Gemmi's cleaning more stuff. Ooh, we have something new. I nearly missed that. We have a Skycatcher with Warrior's Death and Stone Shell. Killing. Yes, that was a close one. That was a close one. Killing that next shrine. Gemma is still in the defense position here. And now on the way for the next kill, I guess. Splitting the units and then killing the dragon. Yeah, with that critical number of Gemmis, there's no unit coming near to kill them. Even the aspects here getting like one-shotted if every Gemma is shooting once. Like here. Okay, they are not attacking the units. Yeah, still quite fast kill here. Ooh, that is a close one. Oh, he survives. Nice. Probably for a short healing break here. Yes. The crystal now healing up the Gemmis. And now for the next objective. Which is the next shrine. Oh, I just realized I missed the destruction of that shrine here. Huh. Probably the same as here. Going in with a Bloodhorn, using the Warrior's Death, and then using Stampede to kill that spawner, that shrine. So last thing to do is cleaning up the C's, aka the Harbingers, the aspects, sorry. And then going for the kill in the top camp. So in this map version, you have to kill this boss here, which is a 250k unit. So that will take a moment, I guess. Killing all here. In the meantime, still two of the Harbinger flying around, but he's now going in for the last camp. Killing some units, but the Gemma is now quite low on health. So the crystal is coming in for healing. We have the artillery here building up, probably for the Lost Spirit ship to absorb its life points. the meantime, Gemma is cleaning up units and spawners. Yes, that artillery was absorbed by the spirit ship. Next artillery for the next absorption. He will need a lot of healing here. That's a lot of... Oh, yeah. First Gemma is going down. The artillery, the cannon, a lot of stuff. Oh, pulling out the units here. So they are in range. The artillery is also firing. That's also neat. The ability of the slave master is quite annoying with the hurricane. No, not a hurricane. Tornado? You know what I mean? The dirt tornado. They cannot attack while they are in the range of that spell. So now we have to kill the slave master, which also have a lot of health. But the two dragons here can disable the ranged units. So these are the first focus point. Then probably the slave master, because they can also disable stuff. And then going for the end boss. So another Gemma is dying. We have now Bloodhorn. Oh, the boss is turning around. That's helpful. So now they can focus on the slave master before going in for the kill of the boss. The Bloodhorn is the perfect counter here with the XL. And he is a Miller unit, so the tornado is not making any, not damage, but is not disabling the attack. I think we can speed up here for a moment. Oh, that was a dead artillery. And yeah, cleaning up the stuff in the front row here before going for the boss. Yeah, using the Stampede. That was a lot of damage. That are two dead Bloodhorns. Pulling out the units here. More cleaning up. Let's speed up. New Bloodhorn. And now only two ships on left side, plus artillery, plus a cannon. And then... Ooh, that's a low edge. Ooh, sadly he's dying. More Gemmis. Healing Crystal. Ships down. Artillery plus spawner down. And the last walking cannon down. Last aspect. And now going for the boss. So yeah, let's see. Need a lot of healing, I guess. Stone Shell, artillery. And the healing of the crystal is enough to hold that damage. Oh, yeah, falling back. Let the Bloodhorn tank the damage. He is an XL counter, so the boss is an XL counter, so you have to be careful. And dancing around with the Bloodhorns. Yeah, with 250k of HP, this takes a moment. Let's speed up a bit more. And we are nearly done. Only 5k left. Losing one unit, that doesn't matter at this point. And with that, the boss is gone. Only thing to do is that annoying unit here, which hasn't come over at all. So yeah, flying over here with... Not flying over. Yeah, more support. And now we have the chasing game. Yeah. It's so annoying if you want to finish the map, but the Harvester is just running away. So coming from the other side is the big army. And Harvester's gone. GG. That was a nice run. A nice strategy here for the solo category. Awesome. So we had here some interesting runs, I would say. And we have an interesting strategy. And I think interesting strategy is a perfect segue to something we always do on this stream. We do quizzes. So I hope you are ready for a quiz. So, the big question. The Lost Spirit Ship has this neat ability we have seen there. And now the question is to guess how often this ability was used by Damakra. So you can send in your guesses in the stream chat. And let's see who gets the closest guess here. Already the numbers coming in. Okay. 2 times, okay. That is my moment to refill my cup. You can still send in your guesses. Okay, we end the question in 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. We have 6 players trying to get this booster. So let's see who is the closest one. The correct number is 22. So a big gap, but the closest one is Pepimester. Pepsi Master? So, sorry for butchering names here. You are winning a booster. Let me know your in-game name in the chat and I can note that down. PP in-game. Awesome. That is noted. So, and before we have a break, we will have one more replay. And yeah, I think we have already the perfect person still in the voice chat.
Yes, so, I never left.
Awesome. So let's jump back into Battleforge. We see now your attempt for the solo run on this extremely hard Passage to Darkness map, starting from position 2. So
it was a very hard map. A little heads up here. I started attempting this challenge like 24 hours before it was done. So that's the reason why my replay is like an hour and a half long. My idea here is like, obviously, since we have to destroy the building, I'm doing a similar thing where I ignore everything else except the building. And what best unit than to use the Mana Wing?
Yeah, Mana Wing is so much broken on so many maps.
The problem with this is, like, obviously, I didn't use 18 mixed color cards, so I had, like, a lot more flexibility. But I tried to destroy, like, 2 of the spawn buildings, and here we have the star of the show, the Mark of the Keeper.
Yeah.
You don't need to defend if 90% of the enemy units cannot attack you. They fly in, oh, I can't attack, and they fly out. So this little dance that's happening, it's going to stay a while.
Yeah, so only the melee units are a problem here.
And that's why I have like a handful of Mana Wings there.
Yes.
Also very important, I took a Werebeast and pulled it outside of the camp to the bottom side. So I have a ground presence to like spawn units.
Yeah, there will never be a unit running out of this hell of range units, I guess.
Exactly, because the moment you're trying to like send a unit through, they are like, hey, let me attack the closest thing, and yeah, that's no good. So I basically just like amassed like mana wings for like melee units and have like Mark of the Keepers, and sometimes they just like ran into your base even though they can't attack. I don't know what triggered that specifically. And the werebeasts that are basically on the bottom are just there to like tank the melee units so they don't hit the Mark of the Keeper.
Yeah, but just wanted to say that one keeper was quite low, and that would be a restart, I guess.
Basically, yeah. I tried, and I was like experimenting a little bit with it, with having like 1 Mark of the Keeper, 2 with like the positioning, and sadly I needed to have 3 because of the starting position. Thank you, Ducky, for making it that way.
So on other position it would be okay?
It would be way easier because you could get away with like 2 or even just 1 Mark of the Keeper. And here I'm using the werebeast to tank the turret while the mana wings are just like chipping away at it. Since the werebeasts have like innate regeneration, it just heals back up.
Yeah, and even fast enough to kill, to not die by the tower.
Yeah. The problem here is, as we can see, there is like a wave coming in the background. Yeah. And I just barely managed to scrap the tower and then like get the heck out of dodge. Trying to keep like the werebeasts alive for as long as I can, because I need the ground presence, and if I lose the ground presence, then it's going to be very hard to re-establish it.
Just dancing around and no!
Yeah, just like running back and forth, trying to like keep them alive somehow, buying as much time for like the regeneration.
Yeah, but that's a nice thing about the werebeast, the regeneration, so you don't have to waste any energy in healing or so.
Yeah. Though I think I have like a regrowth in the stick as well. I think I played with like 16 mixed color cards or something. It's like, yeah, I had like 16. I don't have a regrowth. I think I played like, I went like through so many iterations of a deck and like such little time they all kind of blend together. But yeah, here I basically pick up like the energy wells, like losing my werebeast because my camera was like somewhere else, like very unclean run.
Yeah, it's still a lot of stuff going on, and you only have 2 positions, and like at the end of the map you have to defend like at 3 spots, attack at the 4th spot, and yeah.
The hardest thing on this map by far is getting your tier 4. Like once you're getting your tier 4 orb up and ready to go, you basically won.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I basically pull them out and abusing a little bit of the waypath finding AI. He's trying to attack the mana wings, but they're over a river, so he's basically like, wait, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah, that is an interesting strategy here. Normally you don't have to deal with XL unit at this position, so...
Yeah, and basically I did like the same thing. It's like destroying like destroying like a tower, setting it up for the next wave, spawning like the turrets that we've seen before. Specifically, not the knockback, but the damage variant. And I just was like a smooch too slow, so I basically had it inside of like my attack. Yeah. So I lost like a lot of units. But the important thing was basically to not let the tier 2 fall. And this is like just another reason why I was like so slow, because I made like a lot of mistakes, and it's Rookie League. We're allowed to do mistakes, I think.
Yeah, it's to learn, so... I think that's the important lesson here, to realize what strategy works, and something like here, find the glitch for the XL unit we saw. That's also something of the Rookie League to find out the ways the game handles stuff.
Yeah, I remember like very faintly like the last challenge with like the Empire and the NPCs just not spawning.
Yeah, for example. You always learn something new about the maps.
And yeah, a little thing in front of my stone herders, I put like 1 werebeast in like just hold position. And the only reason I did that is like when the bandit snipers spawn, they basically shoot at the werebeast, and they soak up the ability. And little known fact. A little known fact about the bandit ability, the bandit sniper ability. If you have a troop with more of one unit with its ability, it can only kill one unit. So if you have like a group of like 6 werebees, it one-shots one of the werebees, but the other 5 survive with 1 HP.
Yeah, and normally before the next shot comes, it will regenerate? Or how is it working?
It will regenerate enough, so since it can only kill one unit with its ability, that means when he's using the ability, all the werebees are at 1 HP, they regenerate, and when he uses the next ability, he kills another werebees, yes, but the other werebees have regenerated enough so that they get set back to 1 HP.
Okay.
If they are at 1 HP, they all die.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little nitty-gritty of like how the bandit sniper actually works, and it's very interesting. Also, I found it funny that you mentioned like the comment about like the aggressor with like spamming them in the last replay. I may or may not have used like 3 or 4 at one point.
Okay.
For like a very similar reason, I basically was like, I don't want to deal with air units, so I'm just gonna CC them, and for extra support, I'm just gonna put down like a stone hurler or 2. And like pull out the camp into the tower while having like my army there.
Totally valid strategy, but you don't pull it.
Yeah, so when I was like engaging the camp, I got attacked on the bottom right at the same time, and I got like attacked on the main camp. And I was like, oh, panic button. And I basically split my attention like everywhere.
Yeah, okay, classic.
Yeah, like this map is no joke. I would say it's like the hardest like challenge we had like in a long time.
Yeah, especially with the rules. So
yeah.
I think if you go for whatever card you like and so, it would be easier.
Yeah, and basically my thought process in this place was like, yeah, let me just like do a run and have like a run ready. And here I'm like, oh, panic button, aggressor, aggressor, aggressor. And then I continue my attack on the left and just like, I scroll completely away from it. I wasn't even like paying attention to it after a while because I got attacked on the left side as well. It's like, oh no, everything is falling apart.
Yeah, problem with the aggressor, they are not good counters against the bandit bouncer,
but they
which
freeze.
are out-counter.
They buy time.
Yeah, but they don't deal damage.
It wasn't enough time. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that looks like a lost tier 2.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, let me concentrate on the left side, claim the tier 2 there. And I somehow, like, managed to, while I was defending on the left side and claiming the orb, I spawned, like, a lot of werebeasts on the right side, but they just died.
Yeah, that's a lot of units.
Yeah. It was, like, so many attacks at the same time that they basically collapsed my entire position. And that's what made this, like, challenge really hard.
Yeah, and as we are said before, that is kind of luck-based also how the attack pattern is. So
yeah.
Maybe if you do the same strategy again, then everything will be fine.
Trust me, I don't think I will do the same strategy again. I even pulled like my mana wings and my healers away from there just to like put them all in the main base because I saw like a lot of like riders and melee units and I started to panic just slightly, so I was like, okay, I need all the damage I can. And my turret just barely survives. And the thing is, in Battleforge in general, if enough units of a like attack is still alive, there will be no new attack spawning from that camp.
That's
so
kind
after
of
a while, it's
trapping.
Stabilized. Yeah.
But you have to be careful
stabilized.
with your towers. If you kill something, a new wave will come. But there are so many shamans at this point. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's like
never
12 shamans or something.
But that is your moment where you get your tier 3. Yes, you get your tier 3.
Yeah, and the moment I got like the tier 3, I got the Hammerfall. I used the Hammerfall for a lot of healing. because the green affinity has like this pool of HP that it's like building up, and every damaged unit flying over it or running over it will get like healed. And I realized not all healing is equal in Battleforge. So, for example, if, as we can see here, like the Werebeast died, like the part of Werebeast unit died, right? And they get like healed.
Yes.
It has like a pool, but it's like not like a lot of a pool. So after a while it will go down, but like it soaked up like so many like bandit sniper shots.
Yeah, like it was 6, 7 of.
Yeah. And to get back on the not all healing is equal, if like one of the werebeasts is like regenerating, they can only regenerate up to the HP pool that like the remaining werebeasts have. So if you only have like 3 werebeasts, their maximum health of the troop is going to be 50%. They don't respawn units in their troop.
Yeah, but the ability of the werebeast is doing this.
The ability, yeah, but the ability is like not respawning a werebeast if it dies.
You mean of the werebeast ability or of the hammerfall?
The hammerfall does. That's why I'm saying like not all healing is equal.
Okay.
Like having a troop standing next to an energy well is like regenerating it, but it's not respawning lost units inside of a troop.
Yeah, that's correct, but I think for werebeast, I think a lost unit from the werebeast gets respawned by the ability of the werebeast.
Not by the ability of the werebeast. That's specifically why I had the hammerfall in there, because the hammerfall is like respawning them.
Okay.
The same with like obviously shamans and like also the crystal fiend. The regeneration of the crystal fiend will respawn units, but it cannot heal them if they're at maximum health. It's like a very weird interaction.
Okay.
So regeneration does it, but like only in like certain aspects, and obviously here on tier 3 I wanted to stabilize the position. That's why I'm going for like all the like eyes, the evil eye.
Lost Horror, yeah.
Lost Horror, yeah. Evil eye was the shadow one. And here again I'm like pulling them out and be like, oh, you can hit me. Oh, you want to go back? Nope, come back over here. And then I stupidly ran like birds into the tower and just lost it. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just attack it.
Yeah, let's do it the normal way.
Yeah, using like the hammerfall regeneration to have like the werebeast tank, and the hard thing in here was like using a lot of the mixed cards. So I was like, okay, let's play a rainbow deck because we haven't had a rainbow deck before, right? It's totally not what like the other person played.
Yeah, but I think that was the best way to go.
Yeah, and I realized like so many mistakes that I made, but I just didn't have the time. I was playing at like 3 a.m. I had like 24 hours left to like submit a replay, so I was like, let me just finish this and like submit it. Also, as we can see here, Matter Mastery to take over one of the turrets.
I was wondering why you use it here and not before the first tower.
Yeah, so the thing with like a Matter Mastery is like, I was trying to get like as much value out of it as I could. But yeah, finally I have like my tier 4, so I'm obviously building a fire orb here. And it seems like the person before and I had like a similar mindset, because I was like, hey, what is a good defensive turret with like a lot of range that can deal with like a mass of enemies? It's the artillery.
Yeah, it's a powerhouse.
Yeah. And also I played like another mixed, which is just like an anti-air turret. So I specifically paired the two up because they have like very high range of like I think 50 and 60 meters, like comparatively. And then I was like, okay, let me stabilize the position, just like play it safe, don't take any risk. And the reason why I took so long is, well, the unit that I chose to spam and to clear the map very safe is a Lost Spirit ship. So at the end, I had like 10 Lost Spirit ships, and I was just like flying into a position, flying back to the Hammerfall, healing them back up, fly out again, and like rinse and repeat. Just play it very safe, because at this point I was like, okay, the hardest part is done. Let me just like play it down, no more risk. Yeah. And since I saw that like only one other person had like a valid replay, I was like, if I take a risk now and I lose it, I'm going to be very mad at myself.
Yeah, and you cannot spam too much of the spirit ship because you have a lot of energy bound into buildings. So you're waiting for energy at this point.
Yeah, especially I did actually play like we like went over it. In the main base, at one point, I had like a Furnace of Flesh set up as like a Void Return. So we didn't see it in the replay, but trust me, Source, trust me, I did build one, but it got destroyed. So I did have Void Return, and I even sacrificed my Mana Wings that was there to get like the energy back. So it did actually have a use. Because there might be some people like over-analyzing everything. Yeah.
Well, if the team says it's a valid replay, it is a valid replay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me just like do something, and then I was like, oh, let me just like throw every aspect on the map at you. And I was like, I can't deal with that. I focused like the anti-air, focused a little bit of the artillery, had to go back because of like an aspect, and then basically go back and forth the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many aspects at this point running around.
Yeah, and so the important thing here is like I wanted to full clear the camp because I kind of needed the energy wells at this point. Because all my energy wells were like dry. Yeah. And I only had like Void Return. Also, fun fact, gold chests you cannot open on this map.
Yeah, you can not open gold chests on every community map. They are only for the main campaign.
Which I didn't know. I learned that.
Yeah, you always learn something. And with that,
so,
we are around at the 1 hour mark and have the half timer of your replay.
Yeah, like I really played it like super safe. Like try to like pull units where they cannot like attack me back. Like just right of where your camera is right now, I have like spirit ships on like a mountain.
Yeah.
And just like be like, okay, let me like deal with that. Like hit and run. That's basically all I did. The only interesting part is like at the very end where I had like 10 spirit ships just bombarding the boss with like 6 or 7 artilleries while like using units to like tank him. But other than that, it's like
just hit and run. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is why we say we break here and have a short break. But still a very awesome run and a nice comeback after you lose your tier 2 here, and there's so much stuff going on, and I think it's a good thing to see how the map works, and that it is not a nice map, it is a horrible map, and the keeper is your best friend.
Yeah. This is why it's like banned in like a lot of the challenges, because it's just that good.
Yes, indeed. So, thank you for joining in the voice chat here. We will have a short break. If you want, you can stick around for the last 2 replays on the Master League. They are on the same map, so maybe you have to add something to add there, or if you want just to get something to eat or so, you feel free to do so. However you like.
I mean, thanks for having me, first of all. I really like the PvE League in general. And it's like nice if you have like people with like a team challenge to like work with and like exchange, because a lot of the time you learn a lot of the things, so. But yeah, like I probably like watched the replays, but I didn't like attempt the master challenge at all, so I have like a 0 input. I saw like basically the challenge that the masters had to do, and I was like, nope.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I think it's always awesome to have the inside of the runner here on stream. So yeah, we go into a short intermission, and we see each other in around 5 minutes. Till then. Okay, people of the sky, I hope you are all back. Got your body a good stretch, you got something to eat, something to drink. We have 2 more replays to watch. So, we are now going for the Master League. We have the Master League on the same map, on the same position, but there is a special rule. No keeper. And I think you already saw why this is a special rule. Because the keeper is kind of broken here, or not broken, but helpful. Very helpful. Let's call it more positive here. So, let's see what they had to do. There's again 2 or 3 of the challenges. Do not take certain orbs or wells. Completely destroy all spawners in the top right camp, and no flying units allowed, as addition to the no keeper challenge. And with the position at certain wells, the green dot on this map, you see that at the right there, here, that orbs and wells are forbidden, and the mentioned orbs and camps are the one in the yellow circle top right. So how to determine who is the winner? The one who is killing the spawner the fastest. Yeah, and you already see the color dots here. That's because we see now a fire and a frost run. Because the challenge in the Master League is also to play a pure deck, a pure colored deck. So let's jump into Battleforge and let's see how the run of Oekoepa is done. So we see the fire nomad start, having the second one and the third one classic, and probably waiting for energy for the mine. We see the mine. Okay, mine and onto the spawner. Suppression on the towers. Next suppression, killing some more units. In the meantime, the first wave is already coming here. Nothing has been built here. Going next on this building, we now see a fire blaster cannon. Next tower, blaster cannon dealing with the flyer in a second. And now taking power, running back with the nomads. We see also blaster cannon here. And the orb is going low, but getting a mine and the attention of the range units. And it looks like saved for the moment. Killing more of these and trying to get the flying unit in range of the blaster cannon. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. On to the next bird. With the rage effect, it's now a 2-shot. And that's the moment we see now the next orb. Tier 2, double fire. Like I said, pure decks for the masters. Also taking the power well. No, not the power well. Oh, we see the pyromaniac. The fire one. The fire one's also the one with the rage. But he cannot attack flying units. That is why we see another blaster cannon. So we have melee units killing the anti-flying cannon. Support by the nomads. New cannon has been built, and now with the pyromaniac and 2 blast cannons in the main base, and here next power well. Pyromaniac killing the units before they are in range. More nomads. Blaster cannon plus pyromaniac. That looks like a solid defense. Now probably on the way to get the tier 3. Double blaster cannon. Ooh, and the wave is coming in the same time. Has to be careful to not pull the camp. Tank a bit of the damage, and now the blaster cannon killing the first birds. And now pulling the cam into a mine. And the blaster cannon doing their best against the birds. Meantime, I would attack on the right side. Same here again, like defended before. And the double blaster cannon shredding through the flying units. And now it's only cleaning up time for the nomads. Nomads going in for the spawner. mine. We saw an eruption. And camp is cleared. And with that, we have a power well. Followed by a double wave. Mine. And then tier 3 time, I guess. Let's see how the defense is holding up. Yeah. Pyromaniac, perfect range here to kill all the units before they are in range. Magma Hurler. And Shrine of War. We have here a tier 3 Tower of Flames. And now we see some stacking of Magma Hurlers. I know one GM who is now very happy. Void Regen active. Fireballs are flying around. Killing spawners and killing the wave. And new power wells. Killing the wave. And with Unity, we see the attack in the middle. Let's check the right camp. We still see the combination of both of the towers. And here the Tower Flame. Ooh, yeah, that's damage. That's a 2-shot on that small units here. Back to the Magma Hurler. We see a defense of the Tower Flames. Not sure if he wants to pull something in there. Oh yeah, he wants to pull something in there. Yeah, Unity. Now it can be ugly against the range disabling dragon there. Has to split the units. Unity. Ooh, the artillery. Yeah, that's split units. But the dragon is attacking the unit who's the nearest, so... Killing the rest of the healing building. Artillery gets suppression. And the units are getting low on health. More suppressions. And the artillery in time. Unity killing the tower and the wave. And the first shrine. Let's check in the defense. Unchanged? Yes, unchanged. Okay, thank you, Ducky, for the input here. Yeah, I just also read through the rules and was thinking, oh, this map is crazy hard. Not sure how to approach this, but as you can see, I think the hard part is getting your tier 2 and stabilize on your tier 1. And as we saw before, at tier 4 it's a no-brainer, but you have to go tier 4. And that is what we see here. Gain the tier 4 at this position. And yeah, now with the Material, Pure Fire deck. Before we saw the taking of the tier 4 at this spot here, but for Master this is forbidden. So now the Magma Hurlers looking like they are allowed to die. Or at least they are lower HP pool. Yeah, they are allowed to die. So now we have the damage house and the defense fortress. The Moloch, it gets less damage by range attack and magic, so he can tank a lot. And the Material speaks for himself. He can burn and destroy stuff. Yeah. Now both units, two of both units, going into the middle. So Unity. The cannon here, the walking cannon, the bandit walker, is dealing like no damage against these units. Ooh, that was a kamikaze. Now we have 4 of the Molochs, and as you can see, all the units are dealing like no damage at all. Now the aspect is coming in, but yeah, they have 6,500 damage, so even they are not the correct counter, they still make a big oof. In the meantime, there's attack on the power wells, which is not defended yet, so we check this later. And now we see something interesting. Going in with the Moloch, there is a lot of CC stuff by these 3 annoying wind hunters, but even with that, all these units are range units, so yeah, not sure if they are losing HP at all, if you ask me. Now going in for the spawners, so we have a total of 4 spawners. These 2 and these in the back. Left back side we see the cluster, not cluster, the fire sphere. Right one is down, left one is down. And now the damage is stacking up. So, oh, we see now an eruption here. And an earth shaker, yes, an earth shaker. And with that, the camp is down at 21 minutes and 50 seconds. And that is the time taken for the ranking, which is insane. Clearing the map or the objective in this fast time. Getting a lot of void now back. And now it's just a time of cleaning up the map to have a finished run. So we see some materials here for some cleaning. And yeah, now it's just going to every shrine, saying hello. Fire sphere, earth shakers, and materials. Small healing break. And then on to the next one. Even killing some aspects on the way. Problem again, of course, they are respawning, so that's a bit of annoying. More units here to kill. More suppression. Moloch is running in. Explosion. Ooh, that was a fast kill. 2 of the aspects, 1 more enemy turtle. Yeah, the unit's getting low on HP. That's a problem with the pure fire deck, or like every deck with pure, to have some kind of healing. We have the blood healing here. It's called blood healing? No, it's Ha! I have forgot the name of the fire healing spell. Which helps here if you deal damage. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out here for a second. The healing spell of fire. Getting now healing up at the power well. And then continuing the march to the next spawner. Or the next shrine. Killing some more of the aspects on the way. Fire sphere. Bloodthirst, thank you. Yes, bloodthirst. Not blood healing. Blood healing was the shadow one. More cleaning up of the camps. 1 aspect, and with that we only have 1 more to go. Dancing around, not killing that thing. Okay. Fire sphere. Big boom. Some are running back again, I guess here for the final attack, because here in the lower part you only need 1 unit, and that is of course the unit which cannot die. Fire sphere, and going for the spawner and the earth shaker. And with that, bottom right camp is done. Unit can die, and last thing to do is kill the boss and the last aspects. Looks like we go first for some aspects here. Triple combination of aspects. But yeah, that is a big army. We have here like 9 units, 9 XL units. Sorry, 8 XL units. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. He is running away. So not chasing, going for the attack on the boss first. So, Fire Sphere and Unity. Some healing by the blood. Not bloodthirst. Bloodthirst, not blood healing. This way. Oh. So, more of the suppression, but now the units are quite low on HP here. Yeah, that's a problem. The batteria is not that tanky, but in combination with the quite healthy Moloch, they can tank a bit more. Now running away, units are quite low. That batteria is down. Ooh, ooh, that was a close one. Having a nice healing break here. Unity. Oh no, there was some batteries outside of the Unity. That was unfortunate. Losing 2 batteries. That takes some time to respawn. But we can use that time to kill some aspects. There's also a dragon flying around. Ooh, we see also some fireworms now. Haven't seen them before. Yeah, if you have to wait for cooldown, why not? So, look quite clean now. Let's see, we go for the boss. Yes, we go for the boss. Killing the healing building. And now going ham on him. Yes, we have... How many? We have 4 batterials here slamming on that unit. Yeah, he is tanky. I mean, the batterial are XL counters. This is taking quite a long time because he has so much health. But going down after all. So, last thing to do is to kill some aspects. We have here a dragon to kill. And the last 2 aspects are on the way. Another dragon. And of course, the last aspect here is turning around and running to the left. So we have here 2 fireworms to intercept him. Unity. Yeah, maybe a fire sphere? Yes, fire sphere. And with that, this run is also done. Congratulations for winning the first place in the Master League here. That was a nice fire run indeed. So... Okay, and I think with that nice fire run, we can send out a new booster. I mean, it is booster time. It is quiz time. So get ready. Now it's time to do something here. To make some noise and get some boosters. So, as you know, fire is the pew 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 color with the damage spells and support spells and all the nice stuff. And now it's your way to get a booster if you can tell me what was the most used fire spell in this run and how often. So we are looking for something like Eruption 5 or Fire Sphere 100. So send in your guesses. Fire spells and a number. What do you think is the most used one? Or with a Unity blue? That is a good point. We are not making the difference between the affinities. So you can combine Unity blue and Unity green as one number. We have Blood Heist. Bloodthirst, sorry. That's my moment to have a sip. So it looks like we're having a battle of two players here. I guess so. So let's draw the line in 3, 2, 1, and it's over. Let's see which of you two will get the booster of this second quiz. So I think your guesses were not bad. On position 4, we have Bloodthirst with 9 users, so not too bad, Carafex. Position number 3 is the Fire Sphere with 19. The third position surprised me. That was the Suppression with 19. And place number 1 is the Unity with 33. Maybe for you, Serar, for information, that was a 16 and a 17. So you were quite close with your 20. Like 3 off with the blue one. So that was, even for the affinity guessing, quite a good guess here. So let me note that down and you will get your booster after the stream. Okay. And with that, we are at the last replay, which is indeed Serar's replay. If you want to join the voice chat, that was not planned, but if you want, feel free to join. Else I will do the commentary solo, that's also fine. That is your decision. Let's jump over into Battleforge and look at that replay of yours. So, again, we are at the top right position. And as you have seen, we have the Frost Orb, aka a Frost Start, instantly building 2 towers. No units. Let's go for defense. Some Master Archers, not going for any spawners. So, first of all, get the defend on position 1 and then going for part number 2. Again, Frost Mage, we saw this on this map before, is quite strong because of a lot of small units in the beginning. Some Master Archers against the flying units. And I guess the Northern Keep here to use the ability if things get spicy. More of the units streaming in, and now we see some splitting. Top half is for defending and the lower half is now for the camp. First doing the towers. And then on the units and then on the spawner. Meantime, defending here again with the units, not using the ability at this point. Getting the first power well. The earlier you build the power well, the more energy of course you have. Defending against the M units and the birds. And defending again here with 2 towers and only 4 units. Solid defense with this mix. Next power well. 2 units are running back, probably for more defense here. Another mix of units streaming in. Microing these 4 units and at this point to keep them alive. The archers from the right side join the mix, and in the meantime getting also a tower here up and still defending on tier 1. Units survive without using the ability, saving energy. Now getting the ability activated here on the left side. And defending against the units. And going tier 2, of course, double frost, as I said before. The masters are going here for a pure challenge. We now see the cannon tower as an additional attack power here for defending. More tier 1 units, and now also the white rangers. Tier 2 double frost ranged units, which have a nice ability. If they are near buildings, you can use the attack like this and have a super far range and dealing a lot of damage. Especially, of course, they are an S counter, so against these units even more damage. Killing off the units and now killing the spawner. Saving this position for 2 power wells. Let's check in the defense here. Still holding up with the ability and 2 frost mages. Yeah, looks a bit spicy here. Meantime, some units here and a construction hut. Tower's holding up. That was a close one. Yeah, that was a close one. We have now a defending tower, defense with towers. And same here. Keeping the units alive. Now going over to this position. Now we have this, what I said before. Using the ability of the White Rangers to shoot distances which normally are super ranged, like the Firestalker or the Fire Dancer. Yeah, the ranged units of Frost. Siege units of Frost, sorry. Yeah, killing more of the stuff, killing the tower units. Now getting another wave in. The wave is interested in the White Rangers. And this position looks like cleaned. We have now the tier 3 spot for Serar with 600 energy in the bank. I mean, that's a lot of energy. Still a lot of tier 1 units, to be honest. So I guess we now see the switch to tier 3. We see also Stronghold and the Void Return from Frost. Stronghold here as well. And Avatar Frost in the bottom right position. Avatar Frost, of course, nice for the regeneration of the shield. So you have to time it a bit. But if it's not too much damage, he is kind of invincible. Bit of a hit or miss depending on the enemy. If your enemy can penetrate shields, he is super squishy with 500 HP. 3 Avatar Frosts. In the meantime, let's see the defense here. Yeah, Stronghold holding up. And the White Rangers here from the second row supporting. The Avatar is now going in for the attack, it looks like. Falling back to pull out some units. Ooh, yeah. Okay, Frost Spell, that was the Frost Shard. And now focusing out the CC birds. They are healing quite fast in range of that Lost Dragon. But, yeah, not in time. First one gets... Okay, it's even using another one of these spells. Ooh, that was close here. That was a close one. Let's check the defense here in the middle. Stronghold still holding up. And with that, the big units are gone in this camp. So it's only time to kill some spawners. And of course the shrine. Using another frost shard. He's focusing the anti-air cannon first. Taking the tier 4 orb. And the power well. Now cleaning up the rest of the units. Oh, and one Avatar Frost goes down. Second one goes down. And tier 4 is ready. Let's see how the defense is holding up here. Nothing changed, nothing changed, nothing changed. Oh, something changed. We see the World Breaker gun. We also have to now check here the defense of this tier 4 position, but that can tank a bit more. Oh yeah, it is Dreadnought time. The man with a big hammer. Another Wall Breaker gun here. Boom time. That is a frost defense. Okay, we have no towers here anymore. So, double Dreadnought. And Code of Protection. That was just the Shadow one. Killing some spawners here. Continuing the march. Another Frost spell. Keep in mind, using the Frost spell with the Dreadnought is not a problem because he's dealing more damage against frozen unit. Let me check that again, how much it is. Units deals 50% more damage against frozen units. Yeah, so if you freeze units and then attack with the Dreadnought, you are doing a damage buff. Normally you are not a big fan of the frost, of the freezing, because of damage reduction. Using the ability here of the Dreadnought and some spells, and summoning now Ironclads. There are also XL counters, but can also use ranged attacks, so while the Dreadnoughts are tanking the damage, the Ironclads are attacking the units. Even more. Now a mix of 5 XL units and 2 Winter Witches. Winter Witches, of course, nice to have some shields around. And now he is continuing his march into the last base here. Always using the Frost Shard and here the Main Storm. Then using the Dreadnought, going a bit to the front, using the ability. And from time to time, yes, the Ice Shields. More damage. Oh, that was an awesome freeze here. So many XL units are frozen. It's also kind of void return, so he really wants to freeze stuff. So he gets the nice effect of the Shrine of Martyr. And now it's getting spicy. He has now a lot of the XL units here to dance. The double Slave Master, the boss unit, 1 aspect, 1 normal bird, 2 of the ships and 1 cannon. Additionally, here's a healing building in the back row. So this is quite the position. Another aspect is from behind. This looks a lot of damage, and I think he's not making so much progress. He's killing one of the dragons. Getting damage now on the Dreadnoughts, but they're tanking quite good. The Ice Shield would be helpful. Yeah, there's the Ice Shield for some regeneration. Now focusing the the aspect here. That is gone. So we have now 2 Slave Master and the cannon. Cannon getting low. I think he's focusing here at the moment the Slave Masters first. Using the ability of the... Ooh, look at that damage. All Ironclads are using the ability and the damage is stacking quite up here. That was a big jump in damage. Still a bit to go. First Slave Master down, second Slave Master down, another shield here, second Slave Master down. No, it's not killing the Slave Masters, first focusing the both of the ships, now the Slave Master, and the only thing left is now the boss. Continuing with cycling through the shields, and yeah, now has to be careful to not be in range here of the dragon or disabling the range units. Oh, he's not disabling them. Interesting. And killing another aspect. The artillery here at the top right still firing inside that area, and even using a building for home soil, I guess. At least not now, but later maybe. Oh, he's using it for healing his Dreadnought. That's a neat strategy. And yeah, boss is going down slow but steady. I mean, they are XL counters and still it's taking so long. What's that back there? Oh, and that is the boss gone. Last thing to do is destroying 2 more shrines and a lot of aspects. So let's see. The army of XL units are marching through the map now. We see to go for the first top row of camps. Killing the ships, killing the dragon. More ironclads. Let's check the defenses. We have here still a cannon. We have here still the combination of 2 buildings and some units. Same here. Let's go back to the units. Going for the camp. Frost charge. More stuff down. An aspect is joining the fun. And next spawn down, next shrine is killed. On to the next one, top left corner. Yeah, another aspect, another 2 aspect to be specific. Ignoring that one. 2 of them at the tail. Yeah, turning around, killing them. In the meantime, one ironclad running in for a ice tornado to kill that. We saw that before. Just to kill that shrine, you don't have to do the kill of the camp. And now it's cleaning up time, plus the last spawner here. Probably also an ice tornado, maybe? Yes, ice tornado. All camps are gone. Only the aspects are left. Do we see a splitting of units? So, no, we see one big unit. A blob is running now to top. And we have 2 on the left side. Oh yeah, here we have a dreadnought for the kill on the aspect here. That was a close one. Next one here. And now we have that one. Will he get him? Will he get him? Oh, oh, oh. Summoning units. Come on, turn around. Yes, he's turning around. Nice move, nice move. Maybe the frost shot could be in range. Who knows? Units are gone. So 2 left. We have here a dragon. Let's see if we can get him here at this interception. At this crossing. No, he's turning around. That is a nice position. Because he will come back up again. So just waiting here for him. And now killing the last dragon. Oh, sorry, the second to last dragon. That is the last dragon. So, let's see. Yeah, last units are streaming in. One more frost charge. And with that, the last aspect is gone. GG, congratulations for the pure frost run in the Master League. That was a very nice run, showing off that not only fire is strong, but frost can also play a role in this challenge. Nice one. And with that, thank you for the subscription. Or better said, welcome back. So, and with that, we have here the Frost Run by Serar. And before we send you off into the week, we have one more quiz. So if you are interested in a booster, then get ready your fingers on the keyboard on your tablet, smartphone. So you saw the deck of Serar. That was a Frost deck. And I want to know from you, which card from this deck was played the most and how often? So I want to see something like Cannon Tower 20 or Winter Witch 5 or whatever you think is the most played card and how often he summoned the unit, built the building, or casted the spell. So send in your guesses. That is my time again to get something to drink here. Master Archers, okay. That's indeed, there were a lot of Master Archers on the field. That's not a problem. You can always grab a booster with some luck. Or if everyone else is just chilling or watching the stream without having anything here typing in the chat. So let's wait a second longer. So if someone else wants to join in the quiz question, that is your chance now. Else it will be an instant win here for Twix. Oh, we have a Code of Protection by Carofex, sniping it with a 17. Is there someone else still awake for and interested in a booster? So Carofex did also a close guess in the fire question, so let's see if the frost question is more suiting here. Okay, it looks like you are doing a 1v1 here. Let's see who is the PvP player of the quest. Shrine of Martyrs. Serar is joining the fun, but we need also a number, Serar. But yes, I guess Shrine of Martyrs is a 1. Ooh, playing 2. Spicy. Okay, I think we have now the guesses in. Let's close the question typing and going into the numbers. We have here the list of cards and we see the Maelstrom, we see the Ice Tornado, Code of Protection with a 12, Master Archer with a 20, but there was one card missing, and that is the Frost Shard with a 22. But no one said that Frost Shard, aka it is the Master Archer. So Trix, you can stand again in the Spitfire. You are winning the booster. Let me note that down, so I can send off the booster after the stream. Okay, and with that, we are also at the end of the stream. I hope you all had fun. Before I send you off, I want to do some self-promotion here, because there is a Battle of Tactics going on. So if you're interested in a round of PvE challenge, feel free to check out the Battle of Tactics 4. It is on a community map version of the Soul Tree. You're playing with Twilight units only, and there are also 4 Easter eggs you can find on this map. Yeah, you can still join until upcoming Sunday. And with that, we are at the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. I wish you a wonderful week, and we see each other for the last challenge of the PvE League in 2 weeks. Till then.